This conference will now be recorded.
Okay. So until now, we saw something like I defined a variable to have a number, or I defined something to be a string like this. But what if you want to define more elements? Okay. What if one of the example would be you have a Excel sheet or you have a database table. You want to read in a particular column, and that would have some 1 million rows or 10,000 rows or something like that. And then you want to store those many values of a column into a particular variable, right? How will you handle such kind of scenario? If you are going by basic variable allocation, it wouldn't work out. So there should be something where you can store the values, which are called as lists. So let us go with a basic example wherein I'm defining cars is equal to Volkswagen, BMW, Audi. Okay. And then what would be the answer if I print cars? So it would give me a list. This is called as a list. Okay. Just
Okay.
for the sake of remembering initially. So this list, this is called a basic number variable assignment, and this is called as list. Okay. So
Yeah.
what if I don't define anything in a list like this sample list, and 1 second. I don't define anything in a list. I store it to be an empty list, and I'm printing the sample list. What would be my answer? My answer would be a empty
Okay.
braces, which is a list. So if you want to print a type of sample list, it will give you it's a list class. Okay. And for this one, print type of cars. My system hang? No, it gave me a list. What would be if I print type of A, which is not a list, it is just a variable. It is a string. Suppose it was a number, it will tell you it is a number. Okay, you guys understood, right, until now?
Yeah. So
Okay.
how many different classes do we have in Python?
Default would be, these are called as advanced data types. Default would be list, tuple, dictionary, sets.
Okay.
So these are already internally stored. So this advanced data types, I'll tell you the usage of it. Like basic example of list, I told you, you want to store a huge Excel sheet or you want to store a database table into one particular variable, because it is like a two-dimensional array, right? Wherein you have multiple values for a single column, or you have multiple columns itself. So such kind of things you can store it within a variable, and you can call it. We will see how to retrieve the data from the list and what are the different types of methods that are available we can apply on a list. Okay.
Okay.
Clear on that one? Yeah. 1 second. Now, this you guys are aware of. Like I put something within double quote and I multiply. It will give you the same value which I'm multiplying. Until last time we discussed a lot on print statements. So this cars would give me Volkswagen, BMW, Audi. Correct?
Yep.
Then the print statement here would give me this symbol 10 times because I'm putting multiplication with 10 numbers. And then there is something which I'm calling cars of 1. So last time when I explained you, I told you something like cars is equal to okay. So this cars, I told you in a string the first element like Sachin Tendulkar is starts with 0, right?
Yeah.
So it is same with list also. So first element is 0th element. Then the next element is first, and then the third element is second. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So when I print cars of 1, my answer would be BMW. Let's
Yeah.
run and see. See here, the answer is BMW. If you want to get the second element, it's Audi. Okay.
Okay.
Then you might have seen in your engineering or masters, if you have done computer science, if you have sat for any interview, the first question would be, okay, define a variable, no, sorry, define a list or a tuple, and you call me the last element. So how to do it in that case? Did any one of you face such kind of scenario before? Yes or no?
So last tuple. What is tuple?
Tuple is a different data type. I'll get into it, but right now in a list, get the last element for me. How can you do that?
Usually we do max of something, right? That would give us
No,
the last.
that would be the length of it, right?
Okay.
In programming language, my question was, okay, if you were studying CS, you would have gotten into any interview, they will give you, okay, this is a string, or this is a list, or this is a tuple, or something like that, different data types, and they'll ask you, get me the last element of it. So they'll ask you to define a list yourself like this. You can write any of the list, like list is equal to A, B, C, D also you can define. Then how to get the last element? Last element is always -1. So if you print -1, you would get an OD. You print a -2, your answer would be BMW, because -1, -2, now Volkswagen is -3 here. You got it?
Okay.
So if you are having a huge Excel sheet and you have stored first column values into it, suppose, assume, and I'll tell you, we will see that practically. I'll tell you, okay, you bring me the first column data and you get me the 1 millionth row, which is the last row. Then you
Okay.
can just go in, call that variable, call that column, and get that -1 of it, so that we can get the last element from it. You get the point, right?
Yeah.
Okay, very good. So here we define, these are strings, these are individually strings. You guys agree to me? Like Volkswagen, BMW, Audi, these are individual strings, right?
Yeah.
But I'm combinedly storing this strings into a variable
A single
called
variable.
correct, single variable called list. Now, can I store numbers as well in a list? The answer is yes, obviously. You can store numbers, or else you can store strings in the list. So let me define a number list into with this numbers 1, 2, 3 into num list. And then what am I doing here? Sum of num is equal to num list of 0 and num list of 1. Can you guess? Because I've just explained like what is 0th element, first element,
3.
second element. Okay, so your answer is, you're telling me the value is 1 and the value is 2. So I'm adding 1 plus 2, that is 3.
Yeah.
So Naga, you're understanding this concept, right? Okay. So my question here would be, can you guys get me an answer of 5, but for one element you write from forward, for one element you write the value in reverse. I mean, for one element choose going forward, one element you go reverse, and tell me a answer of 5. I want answer 5. Can you
In
tell me how can I write this properly?
num list 1 and num list -1.
Okay. So right. So this might also be one of the way that people might question you. These are like very basics, because at this basic level, when you go for an interview, this would be the basic questions that you get. but these will come into practical implementation when you're doing some kind of operations in the project.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's go into one more thing. Now, there is a list defined, right? I told you there are different data types like called as list and tuple. I'm specifically mentioning list and tuple all the time. I'll tell you what is the significance and what is the difference between both. And that is a very important thing to know also. So let's assume I'll define one more variable. I'll store BMW, Honda, Audi into it. And then here I'm calling more cars first element. First element is Honda, right? Accepted until here. Then
Yeah.
what am I doing? I'm writing more cars of 1 is equal to Benz. Okay.
Mhm.
Now, what would be the answer for more cars of 1? Any
Benz.
guesses until now? Okay. So you mean to say this variable got replaced with Benz?
Yeah.
Okay. Any question? Anything? Any doubts in that?
No.
Okay. Then this print statement, I'm printing more cars. Okay. What would be my list here?
BMW, Honda, Audi.
Okay. Naga from your side?
BMW, Benz, and Audi. It is replaced, right? So
Okay. Let's see. Then we will discuss why we are getting a different answer. Okay. Right. See, until here more cars of 1 element is Honda, right? But I replaced the element with Benz here. So replace happened here. Then more cars of 1 is giving you Benz, right? And this list item got replaced here in the first element with Benz. So what has happened? This Honda got replaced with Benz here.
Benz.
That's why this more cars is giving you the different answer compared to this list element. Okay.
Yeah.
Such kind of things keep happening, so we'll get confused sometimes. Okay. Let's go and see what are the multiple types of operations that we can do with a list. Okay, this is a simple list. Cars is equal to BMW, Honda, Audi. If I define it before getting into this thing in Anaconda, did you install Anaconda, Naga?
no, not yet. Yeah.
Okay, so fine. When you put cars, this list element which I defined here, and then I put a dot, and then I press a tab, it will tell you different operations that I can do with cars. So these are already there. This list methods are already defined in Python automatically, default. So one by one, we'll see what is the operation that we can do with each of it. So length
This-
of cars. Yes.
Variables for string variable methods you are talking about.
No, this is a list variable.
Or list variable. But cars, okay. Cars is under list. So whenever you keep a dot, list
Correct.
variable methods will be coming. Okay.
Correct. So you are exactly right. If you define, I'll tell you. Let me show you that as well.
Yeah, integer methods will come.
Correct.
String will come. List methods will come. Okay.
Correct. So like a dot, and you press a tab, it will give you different string operations. It will give you.
So what if you want to write your own customized method?
You have to define a class, okay, and you have to call that Python function in your program.
So we have that one in our course. Like, are you
Yeah,
going to?
we write classes.
Okay.
We write
Okay.
it.
Fine. Yeah.
Then here, length of cars. How big is this list? So how big is this list? Can you give me an answer? Is it 2 or is it 3?
How big is the list? 3 only, right? 0, 1, 2. But yeah.
But I told you it is starting with 0, 1, 2. Is it ending with 2?
Yeah, length is 3. Array is.
That was a stupid question, I know, but I just was checking. Okay, the answer is 3.
Yeah.
Okay, cars dot append. When you you are already having cars with this elements, right? Honda, BMW, Audi. And suppose we are assuming tomorrow there is a new car in the market, like something very brand new, like Volkswagen Tiguan, sorry.
One, yeah.
then it comes into the picture and you have to add it into your list, and then you go cars dot append and then you run it. It will give you, it will add it into last element. Okay, it goes sits in the last element.
So append,
Can I, yeah, any question?
append means add, right? Okay.
Yes, correct. Append at the last.
Okay.
Okay. Can I have, now my list element is having BMW, Honda, Audi, Tiguan. Okay. Now there is one more car in the market which was released before this Tiguan. So I know it is, I want it to sit in the first element, like 0, 1. Let's run and see. Insert in the first place Jeep. So Jeep is going and sitting in the 0 first element. Okay. Then car of index of Honda. So you are asking what is the index of this Honda? Index is nothing but 0, 1, 2. So it is sitting at the second element, right? So answer is 2. Okay. If you wanted the Tiguan position, you can go and ask like this. Okay. Then, okay. You want to tell, I don't want Audi in my car list. Pop it out. Okay.
Pop,
So
okay.
pop. Let me put Honda. Let's put 2. Now Honda is gone. Okay. But here, when I put the string, it wasn't accepting. When I gave, okay, here, when I put Honda, it did not accept. String object cannot be interpreted as an integer. So pop operation is only taking indexes, like 0. Now, when I last time replaced Honda, Honda was out of my list. Now I popped out BMW. BMW is out of the list. Now this particular Y element, I am storing this BMW. So if someone tells you pop out a particular element from a list and store it into a different variable, so you can do the operation like this, right? But the list doesn't contain this element anymore. You are getting my point, right, both of you?
Yeah. So drop.
Yeah.
So any question? No. Okay. So when I told you pop, it is not accepting an integer for you. It is not accepting a string value for you. Sorry, it is not accepting a string value for you. You could ask me, okay, what if I want to remove the string only? I don't want to remember numbers. How will I remember 100 list values? I want to just remember the string value in that position. So I'll pop out Jeep. So cars dot remove of Jeep, print cars. Now the list is containing only Audi Tiguan. Okay. Good. Accepted until here.
So pop will be for integer and remove will be for strings.
Pop using indexes.
Indexes, okay.
Indexes. Right. These are indexes.
Meaning integers or indexes, maybe.
Correct. Okay. Okay. Now, can we slice? Like yesterday, we picked up Sachin Tendulkar from 0 to 3, 1 to 3, right? If Sachin Tendulkar was a string, we picked up from 1 to 3, and then we followed step methods and all, right? Can we do such kind of operations? Yes, we can do it. So what am I doing? Cars I'm storing with five list values, and then cars I'm slicing from 0 to 2 would be BMW, Jeep, Honda. Okay. Then, and in this operation, what am I doing? A is equal to cars of 1 to last. 1 to last would give me what values? Jeep to the last. Okay. Let's see the print statement and you will understand it better. Let me put the slicing in double quotes. Okay, slicing, what would we do? We asked it to take from 0 to 2. So 0 was BMW, that is gone now. I want to take, sorry, 0 to 2, 0 is included, last element is excluded. BMW is considered, Jeep is considered, the last element is excluded. So 0, 1, 2 is out. So slicing was holding you the values of BMW and Jeep. So this slicing word came in because I have added a string in front of it so that it is convenience for us, but it doesn't come in this. Okay. Okay. Then you see here cars of 1 to last. So I told you 1 is second element like Jeep, and then I did not give an ending index. So what did it do? It went until the last. Okay. Then that is it. The answer is Jeep, Honda, Audi, Tiguan. So we ignored the first element in that. Any questions on that slicing and indexing,
Yeah, actually,
choosing
you
the
were
elements? Yeah.
okay.
So that is string and this is list operation. That is the difference.
Yeah. 1, 2, 4 means
Correct.
we get 1, 2, 3. Okay, 3 values. Fourth one will be
Excluded.
list.
So
that is
yeah.
yesterday also called slicing, or it's a different naming convention?
There is no specific that is called as choosing only, but people generally don't have any specific name for it.
Okay.
They might ask you pick you out or pick you out the first 10 letters of a string or first 10 elements of a list. They can ask you such. Okay. So print of cars. Now cars is holding, we did not do any operation on cars. Cars is holding same value BMW to Tiguan. And then cars of sort, what is it doing? It is sorting on which thing? Any specific thing? How is it doing it?
First it took capital letters, then it took small letters, and followed the alphabetical, I guess.
Okay, wonderful. You got it right. So here, if generally the sort goes by alphabetical order, Audi should have come first, BMW, then alphabetical order. But it is having capital letters, that's why it gave Jeep and Tiguan at the start. So J comes in before T, and then it went in with the small case. So all these are basic operations. It doesn't make much of a difference until unless you get into the practical implementation of things. So you guys understood now. Until now we were playing with the string of a list. Like, can you do with this with a integer list? Yes, we can do it. So when you define a list 1 2 3 and then you want to choose the 0th element, the 0th element you're replacing with a 0. Don't get confused, because sometime back Naga was telling I'm taking an integer. Is this an index? This is an index. These are numbers, right? You are getting my point, whatever I'm mentioning, right? So what I'm doing, I'm replacing the 0th element with 0. So here 1 is gone, 0 is in. So you understood, Naga?
Yeah, I understood.
Oh, okay, fine. Then okay, now let's go into tuples. So let me show this PPT. Okay, let me know once you guys are able to see it. Yes, you are able to see it. So I was telling you tuple, and even Pawan got excited and he asked me what is this tuple some time back. So when you know a defined set of values, then you consider a tuple. When you don't know, you want to add something later point in time, go with a list. Okay. Any questions on that?
So tuple is fixed and list is undefined.
Yes, correct. So on a tuple you cannot add any further mode once you define a tuple, right? So let me 1 second. Once you define a tuple, let me run this tuple, my tuple. If you want to do any operation, dot, press a tab, what is it giving? It is giving count, index, that much only. It doesn't give you sort, append, pop, remove. It doesn't give you any. So it gives you only two: tuple of count, tuple of index. That's it. So when you have a defined list, then only go with a tuple.
How do we define it? My tuple is just a variable name, right? So in the
No,
variable, we usually don't give as like tuple or something. But how do you differentiate between tuple and a list?
That's what. So tuple is like a, only 10 elements are there for me. You write it in a tuple.
So in syntax actually.
Syntax, okay, this is round bracket.
So for
This is a
this
round bracket.
round bracket,
This
if
is
we
a
have
square
an,
bracket.
okay.
So syntax wise, lists are placed in square brackets, tuples are placed in round brackets. Okay.
Okay.
So in tuple you cannot add later on. That is fixed
No,
number.
you cannot do. I showed you there are only two operations on a tuple, right? Or index or this thing, count. But if you take a list, you have so many, which we saw just now, sometime back. Agreed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the first, whenever anyone asks you, like, what is the difference between a tuple or a list? The answer is lists are mutable, tuples are immutable. You cannot add, you cannot change. And implication of iterations is time consuming, but people say tuples are pretty fast because you are having a defined set. And Python as an inbuilt operation, wherein they have seen that when you do some operations on tuple, those are fast. Okay. Let's continue then. This is kind of a textbook knowledge. Let me throw it on your mind, then we can see the practical. The list is better for performing operations such as insertion, deletion. Tuple data is appropriate for accessing the data. List consumes less memory, tuple consumes less memory as compared to the list. So tuple is even better than the list. Lists have several inbuilt methods. List tuples does not have any inbuilt methods, which we saw, just count and index. Unexpected changes and errors are more likely to occur. Tuple, it is hard to take place because you cannot edit a tuple, right? So assume on the first page initiation of this Python notebook, I defined a car is equal to BMW, Audi, and then Benz. So what has happened later point in time, I came to the fourth row of it, and then I appended Volkswagen to it. Then what has happened, I forgot my cars has changed, and I do some kind of operation as like indexing, finding out how many elements are there in the list. So it would throw me one extra. I would have forgotten that. But in a tuple, if you append, it doesn't happen, and you cannot change. And if suppose we'll assume Pawan and Naga are both colleagues and they are working in the same organization, he has given his program to Naga. So if Pawan is assuming, I don't want my element of a particular thing doesn't want to change, I would give the same program to him. He'll define, instead of a tuple, it to be a list. Instead of a list, it to be a tuple, and then he will give it to Naga so that nothing will change in that list content. So you understand? You don't want any human error to happen, you can define a tuple. Agreed on that point?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
wonderful. Then let's see this operations you can do with tuple, wherein you call my tuple of 0, it would give you the zeroth element. You call my tuple of 1 to end, then it will give you first index to the last. Then my tuple of index of 2, so this would give you the second element. My tuple of count of 3, it will give you the 3 elements or the 3 number. What's it? Let's see. Any takeaway? So my list was 1, zeroth element is 1, it gave you one answer. 1 to last, it gave you from 2 to this last element. Tuple of index of 2, that means the second element, what is it? The answer is 1. Sorry, index of 2, answer is, where is it? Oh, what is it, man? Even I got confused on this. Anything that you guys think of, like why I got an answer of 1. or is it throwing up some jumble? Any guesses that you can make on that?
No.
So I did not get this syntax only. So
Okay.
before for list.
And
Yes. Go ahead. I want questions only.
Yeah, for list we were just writing multiple of 0 and something. We were getting answers, right? Now in the print statement we are writing multiple of the number, comma multiple of why you are keeping two different.
This one?
Yeah, this one and that one. Yeah.
I explained you sometime in list as well. Like this, I'm writing for the sake of your understanding. This is a hard code.
Oh.
If I remove these.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, clear.
So let's break this into one thing and see.
You'll just get
Multiple of 1 is to last. Tuple x of index. Okay, 1. Answer is 0. 2. Answer is 1. Let me research on this. Even I forgot what it is saying. By the time it loads, let's get this tuple count of 3.
I have a question on the count.
Yes. Go ahead.
So count 3 would give us the third position, but what if we want to count the number of integers or number of strings are there in a tuple, like the total number?
How long is it? How long is it, you mean to say?
Yeah.
How many elements are present within the tuple, right?
Yeah.
Let's see. Why so many things? You got the answer. Length of it.
What is the difference between index and count?
That's what even I'm checking why this 2 is giving you the answer of 1. I am confused on that. See here, the tuple is pretty straightforward. The answer is 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, right?
Yeah.
But index of 2 is giving you an answer of 1. Here, why is it so? I'm just checking. Okay. Tuple indexing is available, forward indexing, backward indexing. My tuple of 0 is 1, tuple of 1 is 2, 2 is 3. I know this. Then index is equal to value, start, stop, return first index value. Okay, I get it now. I forgot the concept. Okay, wonderful. Instead of researching on Google, I got the answer on Anaconda itself. I'll tell you how. Okay, this is your tuple, right? So I told you when I write my tuple and I put a dot, I'll get the default whatever count or index operations are present in it. When I pressed on this, then I pressed on Shift tab. It will give you the docstring. Docstring is nothing but storing a document for every function that you're Right. Okay. So when we program tomorrow also, we will write the document string for it. I'll show you how we write it. So here, count, what is it telling? Count returns the number of occurrences of a value. Okay. So now when I put in 2, how many times 2 is present? 1, 2, 3. Okay. You got the answer. Any questions on it?
Yeah. So what is index?
Yes, I'll get you to that. Now my tuple dot index shift tab, what is the doc string saying? Returns the first index of the value. So when you write 3 here, okay, where is 3 present for the first time? 0, 1, 2.
Okay.
Got it?
Yeah.
If you would have put 1, it would have
2.
given you 0th element. So 1
If
is
you,
present in the 0th element for the first time.
okay, so it will just give us the first occurrence.
First occurrence. So when you press a shift tab, it will give you what is the doc string for it. Returns the first index of the value, the first time it is present in the entire list. Okay. Clear on these two? Count and index, because even I got confused. I forgot what were these two as well, because such less we use tuples.
Once again, count.
Sure. No problem, man. See, count returns the number of occurrences of a value. So let us assume I'll put 3 2 more times. Okay. I run the list, I run the tuple, then I write count of
3.
3. How many times 3 is? 1, 2, 3, 4. You would have put 2, your answer would have been 3.
Clear.
Wonderful. If I put 0, yes, it will. Yes,
0.
tell me.
Just a small doubt. Like index, it gives us the first occurrence, right? But what if we want to know, like now we have 2, like 3 times, right? What if we want to know, like where is the second occurrence? What is the index of that particular second occurrence? No way of knowing
So
it.
no, we can write it, but we have to write a program or a function for it. We will see. Remember this question. We will write a function when we get into functions.
Okay.
Because what you have to do, you have to write a for loop for that, and you have to read the tuple one by one. You have to initiate a variable. Okay, if you are from a CS background, if you write a variable like I start with a 0, then increase the counter of I, read through the tuple for I in my tuple of, then increase the counter, then keep on checking whether this I is equal to the I plus 1. So we will ask, okay, first this 2 has come in, next time this 2 has come in, next time this 2 has come in. So when this second time 2 comes in, we will stop the program. We will say break. Then we will say count me the index. So that will become a different function again. So for that you would have to be knowing the iteration and then the for loops and then the breaks and all. So we will see when we come into the function. But remember that we will get into it. Okay. Okay, wonderful. Now I told you something called as set, right? Set of my tuple. Okay. What is the answer? 1, 2, 3. So what has happened?
It removed the duplicates.
Wonderful. Set is that it just contains the values without any duplicates. Correct.
Distinct values.
So does it work with list?
No.
Probably not.
Let's see. You would never store anything as list because list is a default variable, but I did a mistake. No, I shouldn't do it. My list. Okay. Set of my list. It works. Okay. How to define and distinguish a set? The answer is 1, 2, 3. You write anything. Okay. This is flower brackets. list is square, tuple is round, set is flower. I define like this, call the set. What is the answer? 1, 2, 3. But I defined 3 two times. It won't consider. Okay, clear?
So does it throw error when we give like different prices for different things?
Obviously, it won't understand. No?
Okay. But
So
in the error,
you
does it say like which prices we
no.
should be giving?
What will happen? No, when you define something with round bracket,
Yeah.
even though you forget, it won't forget. It will say it is a tuple only, and it won't give you any operations as a list.
No, for the set.
Okay, you mean to say open with a square bracket and close with a round bracket? Is that your question?
Let's say set is always okay. Set is always okay.
Flower
Sorry,
bracket.
my bad. Okay, got it.
You
I
got it
got
right.
confused. Yeah.
And this is one very important thing in Python. Always remember you have the equal count of open and close braces. If you remove one brace also, gone. Your program will not work.
Yeah.
And think of a practical situation wherein you have some braces and then you have some 3-4 lines of code within that, and you forget to put in this, then it'll play with you for some time. Like you missed something, it'll throw the error in the next line, or it'll throw in the above line that you are missing something.
Yeah.
So
Usually
always
Notepad plus it'll help, right?
it'll help you, but 3-4 lines that would be causing you a problem. Like understand 3-4 lines is there very big in this as well. You have to figure out some 4-5 closing and opening brackets, and that will cause you problem. So in that case, it will tell you like this: error would be unexpected EOF while parsing. It will throw you this. That is a good part about Python, this above arrow, and it will tell you this brackets and okay. So you
Yeah.
understood what is a list, what is a tuple, and what is a set. Is there anything that we can perform on a set? Dot. The good part about Anaconda, press tab, it will tell you. Okay.
Okay.
Wonderful. Then let's get into one more important thing, which are called as dictionaries. Did you guys hear about dictionaries anytime?
No.
No. Wonderful. Dictionaries are nothing but key value pairs. Okay, let's see. I'm storing make BMW model 550i year 2016. Okay. When I print car, what would be my answer? Dictionaries represent with flower braces, but they have key value. Make is the key, BMW is the value. Model is the key, 550i is the value. Year is the key, 2016 is the value. Okay. When I want to take car of make, what would be my answer? BMW. Okay, clear on this point? Car of year. Okay, suppose I write in car of capital year, it will say key error. You don't have any key as capital YER. Okay, and then previously in list and tuple, I was showing you call with an index or you call with the value, it will give you an answer. Does it give in a dictionary? The answer is no, because these are key value pairs. You have to make sure you are defining like this. Make only, it will give you BMW as answer. It won't give you, if you write car of 0, it won't give you the answer as BMW. Got it?
So indexes doesn't work over here.
Yes, correct. So these all are keyword values. It will remember. Okay, make means then only it is BMW. If it is model only, then it is remembering this value. It doesn't index in this dictionary. Okay. Then what if an empty dictionary is passed in? Let's take this program, check what we get as the answers. Okay. This is an empty dictionary, right? And model is equal to car of model. What is this answer? Model is what within our dictionary? Let's take in this. Yes. Car make is what? It is BMW. So when you print a model, your answer would be 558. Okay. And then D of 1 is equal to 1, D of 2 is equal to 2, print of D. Until here, this dictionary was empty, right? We are trying to store in some values. We will see whether this way of representation will work. Okay. And then how to add something. D of 2 plus 8, whether this operation will work. Okay. Then when we print in sum of 1, what is the value that we get in? Because these are key value pairs. How would Python respond to it? And then when you print D, what is in D? And then D of 2, we are trying to do some kind of replace operations. Let's see. Okay, let's run this program, see the answers. Model of car 550i. The print statement is here. That's why. Car make, what is it? BMW. The print statement is before model. You are getting the answer at first. And then D of 1 is equal to 1. D of 2 is equal to 2. Print of D. This was an empty dictionary. You would have been stored this in here. Okay, and I run the program. See, this D is giving me an empty dictionary. Okay, then I added these two elements into the dictionary. Okay, and then what am I doing? D of 2. D of 2 is 2 number plus 8 number. The answer is 10. Okay, when I print in D, the answer is 1 of 1, 2 of 2. Okay, did the value change? No. Even though I change the value D of 2 plus 8, it is giving me 2 only. Why is it so? Any catch here? You guys are getting it.
Yeah, we didn't replace that print of D, right?
Wonderful.
We are
The
replacing
answer is you are changing the key here. D of 2, you are changing it here. Here just you were passing a variable, sum of 1. So D of 2 of 8, you are replacing the key here with that number, this operation, 2 plus 8, then the answer is 10. Okay. Any questions on that? Nothing, right?
Sorry, I forgot. What is the square bracket?
Here?
A general. What is?
Okay, how to define? Okay, list is square.
Okay.
Tuple is round.
Okay.
Dictionary is flower with key value pair. Set is flower. Set doesn't have any key value pair. This is key value pair.
Key value pair means one second, sir.
I'll tell you. Wonderful. I want to cancel. Let's take this way. Okay.
Actually, did not understand dictionary.
I'll tell you. Okay. I'm trying to define a dictionary. Roll number 1 is suppose. Abhishek. 2 is 1. 3 is Nag. Okay. Now I just want to check who is roll number 3. So Nagaraju's key was 3. Agreed, Nagaraju?
Yeah.
Understood now key value pair. Key and value.
So dictionary is a key value pair. So it is assigned to one value. So
Correct.
you can print with any value. Okay.
Correct. So if you say ID value of 3 is equal to some Sachin, then when you call ID values, the answer would be Sachin instead of Nagaraju. Nagaraju is out now. I replaced it here.
So Then set is also same, right? What is the difference?
Wonderful question. I'll tell you. Set, my set is equal to, okay, you mean to say I will write like this: 1:1, comma 2:2,
Mm.
3:3,
Operator.
suppose. Okay. Then is it a dictionary or is it a set? Let's see.
Dictionary.
Type of my set, it is a dictionary.
Mm.
Okay. When you define with key value, that is it. It will understand this fellow is trying to define a dictionary. It is not a set. So when you want to define a set, it is just without any key value pairs like this. Open with flower brackets, close with flower brackets. The answer is store something like this. Then run my set. It will give you the unique values. Then type of
My set. Okay, you are not asking here.
you
So
understood, right?
just a small doubt. So in the key value pairs, right? Will there be chance of null key if you have a value but there will be no key?
Good. It won't happen.
It
It can't also. So here, what I did.
Japan?
Okay, one question. Let me continue on this. What I did, I replaced the third roll number with Nagaraju to Sachin, right?
Yeah.
But can I do something like Pawan to? Can I change his roll number to 4 or something? Can I do this? This ulta way of operation? Any guesses, guys?
Yeah, we can do.
No. Let's see what will happen. ID values.
It's adding.
So you can pull a key and change the value for it.
Okay.
But you cannot pull a value and change the key for it. That won't happen.
Yeah.
You might tell, okay, you wrote a small Pawan here, it is not understanding. Let me run and let me show you that. So what is happening? Every time I write Pawan here, it is thinking Pawan is a new key. And it is assigning the value, corresponding value to it. Here it was small Pawan. Then I wrote capital Pawan, it gave 4. Suppose I'll write one more small Pawan, I write 4 and then run it. It understood, okay, this fellow wrote Pawan 2 times. I can get the duplicates what you're trying to do, but I cannot pull a value and I cannot change the key. But you can pull a key and you can change the value. Understood? Any questions on that?
No.
Wonderful. Then let's see some more things. Okay, I told you something. Please, I would appreciate if you guys play with this kind of things, like define a dictionary, put a dot, click on a tab. Okay, then try to see what is coming. Yes, what are there, and just play with every of it. If you have time, play with all of it. Clear, copy, from keys, get keys, because we cannot cover all the operations, and these are pretty simple and basic also. So I'll try to cover what are kind of important for us. Okay. And then sometime back, even I forgot what was index and count in tuple, because tuple is such less operation that we do. But when I clicked on shift to tab, it gave me a doc string. So this Anaconda is so intelligent right now. ID values, I did not write any doc string, right? When I put ID values dot and I clicked on shift to tab, you see it is giving you doc string. What is the doc string? It is telling this is a dictionary. String from 1 Abhishek, 2 Pawan, 3 Sachin, 4 Pawan, 4 Pawan 4. Length of it is 5. Doc string is new empty dictionary. Sorry. So it gives you everything. And then what is a dictionary? for K, V, iterable. It gives you all the story about a dictionary. From here on, it is writing from the default Python what is a dictionary all about. Okay, so you can read the docstring as well. Understood?
Yeah.
It will come up when you press Shift tab. Okay, then okay, let's see some of the operations. Like car is equal to make BMW. This is the same example which you have defined above. And then here cars is something a bit different. You see, I'm writing a key. Within that, I'm writing one more dictionary. Okay, here again, I'm writing a key. Within that, I'm writing one more dictionary. Easy? Understood until here? Definition? This line. Both of you.
Okay.
Okay. Then we will see what are the answers. Okay. This is from car, the first dictionary.
We'll get only keys, right? Model.
Okay. Car dot keys. What are the keys in this? Make, model, year.
Model, year.
Agreed on this point? First one, first print
Okay.
statement.
Yeah.
Then within this nested dictionary, cars dot keys. What are the keys within this? BMW,
Benz.
Benz. But these don't come up in keys. Okay. This one is a key again for 550i, but it is not a key for cars. Okay. Any doubts on that? All of you suddenly both silent.
So how do we find like the nested keys?
Okay, wonderful. Your question is okay, Abhishek, you're telling me this is cars of BMW. When I put in, I'll get the answer of this dictionary, correct?
Yeah.
But what if I want to bring this 550i out, correct? Your question is that.
No, model and year.
I get it. We will show you that. Okay. Then
dot.
this cars of values, what is it going to give me?
BMW 550. Yeah.
Man, this is
360.
playing with me, this Go meeting. Okay, cars of values. Let me get the dictionary and then. Okay, cars of values. Carlo value same. What are there? BMW
550
550i
2016.
2016. Correct?
Yeah.
Then cars of values, the second dictionary. Model 550i,
year
year
2016.
2016. Okay. Then car of items. Car of items. What are there? Make, BMW, model 550i, year 2016. Okay. Any questions until here? This car items. You understood this, or any questions on the items part?
Can you go
Okay.
it one more time?
Car of items means it will give you a dictionary. It will display what are there within this dictionary. Like this is the make key, and for that key, I'm having the value BMW. This is a model key. For that, I'm having a value 550i. This is year key, and I'm having a value of 2016. Okay. It will display everything of it. So if you write cars of items, let's define this, see the values. So what is cars of items? BMW, and within that you are holding this dictionary. This is the key, this is the values. So items give you what all are there within the dictionary, the key value pair, display, that's it.
Different
Okay.
way of representing.
Correct. And then can you copy something? One dictionary into other dictionary?
Yeah.
Okay, that is simply done by car.copy. And the answer of print of car copy, the answer is this one. So you copied this dictionary into one more dictionary, one more variable. That is a simple operation. Then this print car of pop of model. What is model holding here? 515. So the answer is print this thing. Let's go to Pawan's question now. Print of cars of BMW. Then okay, what it gave? It gave you a function. What Pawan asked me, how will I get model and year? Okay, Pawan?
Okay, so if it's different for each keys, then we should like mention all those.
You should go into the next level. So you should come into this key, call the values or the keys. Go into this, call the values or the keys.
Okay.
So this is until the basic operation of a dictionary and all. Then there comes in nested dictionaries, nested list and all. We can see those, like how we can call, how we can play with those values, and how we can replace. And it is very rare that we write a nested list or a nested dictionary to make our lives complicated. But if you want to appear in some interviews, those would be asked. Like they'll write you a complex dictionary or a complex list, like within nested. Then they'll go into 4 levels deep, and then that fellow will ask you, go get me that element. Okay, your answer should be pretty small and you should get that element. So for those things you should practice more. Are you okay with the session until now? Any questions until now?
Okay.
So you guys understood the basics of data types. Like yesterday we learned numbers, strings, and then today we are learning about list, tuple, set, dictionary. So just go through any basic python.org page, or there are a lot of websites wherein you can just refer to and read through. And I'll send this documents, the codes. You can just practice it. We can continue tomorrow again. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Do you have like any test course that we could like do it and then like you can check it after like beginning of tomorrow?
I would do it, but I have to prepare a notebook and send it to you guys both. I'll do that.
Just wanted to like see where
Analyze
we
yourselves.
are. Yeah.
I get it. So once this nested dictionaries and nested lists are done, then let me get into it. I'll make a Python notebook like this with questions. I'll give it to you. You come up with the answers and we'll see. We will see one session on that.
Cool.
Okay, cool then. Chalo. Bye bye.
Bye.
Good night.
Have a good